Hey, what's going on? My name is Ryan Stewman. I'm the founder and CEO of Closer Capital, where we empower entrepreneurs like yourself with the money they need in order to expand their business. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 most useful SBA lending programs that are out there for business owners. A lot of folks that own a business are scared to go to the SBA because they don't know what they don't know. It's kind of like the first time you go to take out a mortgage. They ask you for a lot of paperwork you probably never heard of before. The underwriter says, I need a 1040, I need your 1099s, your W-2s, a lot of words you've never used before, makes you uneasy. You got to go to your tax people, they put it all together. The SBA can be like that for business owners. They ask you for financial sheets, they ask you what your EBITDA is, they want your tax documents, they want your personal finance sheet, and most entrepreneurs don't have that, so they're scared to go apply for funding with the SBA. But here's the cool thing about the SBA. The SBA is for entrepreneurs. It gets you. We will walk you through exactly everything that you need to create, need to have as far as your financials and all that in order to secure one of these loans. The SBA does require a lot of paperwork, but it's worth it because they have some of the most amazing lending programs. And typically how SBA works is they will do, usually 40% of the loan they'll cover, and then they'll guarantee up to 85% of the loan. The lender will carry 50%, and you'll end up putting 10 down, unless you watch one of our previous videos where I show you how to not put any money out of your own pocket down. You can find it on the channel here. But let's talk about my favorite SBA loan first, the notorious and famous SBA 7A loan. So what is this for? This is for businesses that need to borrow up to $5 million. It's not everybody guaranteed $5 million. It's whatever that you get qualified for. You need to be in business for a couple of years in most cases, and have some stability behind you for a 7A loan. And I'll explain the difference in a minute. The terms are 10 years if you use a 7A loan to buy a business, 25 years if you use a 7A loan to buy a piece of real estate. The rates are typically prime plus 2 to 5%, and you can get a 90% loan to value, okay? Which, like I said, it's 50% lender, 40% SBA, 10% cash from the buyer. So what do we use a 7A loan for? If you were going to go buy a business, let's say you want to buy a laundromat, a car wash, a real estate office, a title company, whatever you're looking to buy, a 7A loan is the best way to leverage money and acquire. See, here's what happens for most people. They go out there and they say, okay, I'm going to raise money to buy this business. And so they go and they get all these investors. Well, investors, they're going to want a 8 to 10 to 20 to 25% return on investment, right? Like if I put money in with somebody, I'm going to expect, a minimum of 10% return on investment. And I might sit on their board of directors. I might tell them what to do. I might cash call and tell them I need to cash my money out. You don't have to worry about any of that with the SBA. You take a 7A loan out, no investors, nobody on the board of directors telling you what to do that you don't want there. You're in complete control of it. You can use this to acquire a property. You can use it to acquire an existing business. You can use it to expand your existing business. And it's going to have the best rates and terms out of pretty much any typical SBA transaction loan. So the next loan that I want to talk to you guys about is the 7A Express. It's like the 7A's little sister, right? But this program is awesome because if you need money quick, these things can oftentimes get funded with minimum paperwork in like 3 days, okay? Then on top of that, it loans up to $500K, and you can get it for up to 7 years. The interest rate's a little high because it's prime plus 5 to 10%, but it's risky, right? It's a risky product. They're looking at a fast approval to get you up to $500,000 in 36 hours with up to a 7-year term. Now, a lot of this depends on your credit and what you can qualify for and everything else, but let's say that you were in a jam in your business and you're like, shit, I need money fast. And you go to, let's say you go to PayPal or Klarna and they're like, oh yeah, we'll give it to you, but it's gonna be a 70% interest rate. And you're like, can't do it. Most people don't know that there are some express ways to get money quickly on a 7A loan from the SBA, but that's why you got me. I know this stuff. I'm your boy Stewman. That's why I'm here telling you these things. Next up, we got the SBA Capital Lines. These are the lines of credit that the SBA sets up. Now, we do all sorts of lines of credit at Closer Capital. We've got private money lines of credit, SBA lines of credit, revolving lines of credit. We do a lot of lines. That's actually our bread and butter over here at Closer Capital. But the SBA has a very solid, now you've got to be an established business, 2 years or more, all your finances in order, all your paperwork in order, which isn't hard to do. If you need help with that, we can guide you with that. But you can get up to $5 million on a 10-year term. So a $5 million line of credit, that's what they max out at, that's a revolving line of credit, which means you use it, you pay it back, use it again, you pay it back. You can get a term up to 10 years. So you can have a line of credit up to $5 million for 10 years. That immediately means that for the next 10 years, you've got $5 million at your disposal when you need it. Now, I tell business owners all the time, take this out when you don't need it. If you're running your business and everything's smooth and you don't need any money, cool, take this CapLine loan because they're not going to make you take more than $10,000 at the first draw. So let's say you get $5 million, but you don't need it, but you'd like to have it there. Cool, take $10,000 at the first draw, pay it back, and now you got a line of credit that you got to use. Just use it like you were using your American Express card, right? Use it like you're using your debit card. Use that line of credit, pay it back, and the more money your company makes, the more we can extend, refinance these lines of credit too. This is the other thing that's brilliant about all of this, okay? If I go and I raise money from investors, I can't, not with good ethics, go back and negotiate a lower price in the future. I can't go refinance my cap table in most cases, especially if things are doing good. I can't go back and try to short my investors. However, if things are going good and the interest rates drop, I can go refinance my SBA loan and make it even more lucrative, make the payments even that much cheaper. So there are options with SBA and options get money from the bank that you don't have from your investors. Then we have our Community Advantage program. This is our fifth and final loan program that I'm going to talk about today. The Community Advantage program is for rural American entrepreneurs. So if you live in the middle of nowhere and maybe you run like down the street from my ranch in Gene Autry, there is a little general store and it's an older lady that owns it. She's always in there. She's super nice. She cooks lunch for everybody. She doesn't get access to funding. She doesn't have a big boom in business, but she could get a Community Advantage program, which actually has a pretty decent interest rate, all things considered, up to $350,000 rather quickly, so she could remodel her store, buy more inventory, and all of that other stuff. So if you're somebody that is an entrepreneur in the middle of nowhere and you're in a low income or rural area, then we can obviously put some money into your business too, and there's lots of flexible terms around that. So if you've been thinking about putting some capital into your business, buying a business, maybe refinancing some debt that you have now, SBA is going to be a great choice. We love the SBA. We do a lot of business with them, and we have some of the best SBA back-end underwriters and lenders in the business that we send our deals directly to. So if you need money, you think of Closer Capital, you come see us, and we'll take care of you. Catch you on the next video.